There's so many readers of the bestseller, and I wanted to know, because I've seen many interviews of you who said the readers are very important. And what was your choice about Bella? To you, what was important to show from her?
I mean, I feel like anybody could have played her. Anybody who loves the book, who's a girl, could have played Bella. I mean, she's very normal. I mean, she's just a girl who's very honest and sort of, in the beginning, not looking for anything. She's very content in being solitary, and she doesn't think there's anything special about herself. And I feel like most girls, as popular as you are or as beautiful as you are, you never feel like there's really anything so great about you and like you deserve it. And then at the same time, I know it's sort of a contradiction, but she's very self-assured. I mean, she's fine with that fact. And I don't know, I think the whole point was to just sort of be honest. In the beginning, people were like, you know, so what are you worried about? I was like, I feel like nobody could mess this up. I feel like nobody could come in and do anything wrong as long as they were being true. It's a normal girl caught up in a really crazy situation. She has innately female qualities. She trusts her gut. She doesn't, as much as she overthinks things and sort of like just goes over and over in her mind about everything, she doesn't get stuck there. She does keep going. She does I know it sounds lame, but she does let her heart, you know, lead her, and she follows. So I thought that was important.
You're a vampire in Twilight, but the movie isn't about special effects, so I wanted to know what you choose to act like a vampire, because in Twilight, being a vampire is an attitude. So I wanted to know when.
I think I think the main thing I was thinking anyway was you just to feel separate from everyone else. You know, you feel isolated. And that's what, you know, if you feel like no one can understand you and you don't have any interest in understanding them. And I think that was what a lot of the ideas I based the character on, was just from that. So I went to Oregon a few months early and just didn't talk to anybody the whole time. So when people came, I literally hadn't spoken more than 3 words to someone in about a month and a half. And so I was just like, yeah. and so no one really knew what you were thinking and stuff. And that kind of worked. Yeah, I think that's mainly the thing. If you separate yourself from everyone, you know, you start to feel above them or below them. You can't really tell which one.
Wasn't it sad to be like that?
Yeah, I mean, but you know, that's the fun thing about acting. You know, you just do stupid stuff like that. And you're like, I'm not going to talk to anyone for a month. No, that's my job. Yeah, but it was fun though. Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, I was impressed because I've read an interview of you a few days ago, and I've read that a 7-year-old little girl told you to bite her.
Yeah. That was a few weeks ago. Yeah. I since found out, I think she was about 17. I don't understand how I thought she was 7. Oh no, she was 15. Someone told me. I was looking at her because that must have been really embarrassing for her, because I thought she was 7. She looked 7.
Oh yeah, okay. That was crazy, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was, yeah. And a lot of people since then have asked me to bite them as well, which is, it's very, very strange. Yeah. All the time.
What is your funniest memory of the set of Twilight?
I think the funniest thing that happened was literally during the first week of shooting. We did one of the last scenes in the ballet studio, the big climax, like the fight scene, the conflict of the movie. And Rob has a incredibly heroic moment where he runs up and tries to pick me up and leave and like save Bella. And, you know, it's funny shooting action sequences because it's shot by shot and nothing really runs together, and it feels always really funny doing it. And it was like the second or third time that he had to come lift me up out of frame, and then the scene or the shot stopped. All he had to do was run up, say, "I'm sorry, Bella," and pick me up and stand up. And like the third time he was getting really tired, and he tried to pick me up, and he says, "I'm sorry, Bella." And then I was waiting to get like carried off, and then I was like, I wasn't moving, and I was like, what? I opened my eyes again, and he was like, and he fell back, and the outtake is hilarious because his feet go completely head over heels. Like, it's hilarious. He pulled his groin. He then had to have like a masseuse to come massage his buttock. It was he was making fun of himself. Like, it's quite funny. This is like such a heroic moment for Edward. And Rob isn't as agile as Edward is.
That was on the first day of the whole shoot.
Yeah.
First shot on the first day. And I was supposed to be it's the big heroic moment, and I run in and like lift her up, and I almost ripped my muscle in my leg. I just thought it was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Especially because Kristen is so tiny that she weighs nothing. And yeah, that was really embarrassing.
I wanted to know, you have been chosen to be Edward, but would you like to be a vampire or a werewolf?
Yeah, I think a vampire's better. I mean, yeah, I think I'm more suited to playing a vampire than a werewolf.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not that like active. I don't know. I'm not very physical, and so with vampires, you know, they're a lot slower. Like there's a lot more about stillness than I just imagine with a werewolf. You've got to be like constantly moving around all the time. Yeah, and I much prefer being still.
Well, I mean, it depends. If I found myself in any type of situation, even remotely close to Bella's, I don't think it would be a choice. I think it would be a vampire. I mean, it would be like, there's really no choice in the matter. If you had someone to live for, then it would definitely be that choice. But that's a difficult choice. It goes hand in hand with a lot of very negative aspects of life. But if I didn't have someone like Edward to live for, definitely a werewolf. It's easier to be a werewolf. Vampires are very sorry characters.
Why? It's more savage or something?
No, I mean, the vampires are ashamed of themselves. I mean, it's such a fight. It's such a fight to stay true to your human self and try to push down the feeling of just wanting to kill everybody. And also having to stay away from everybody, and now you're sort of like a different part of society. I mean, you can't really be a part of life anymore. So unless you have someone else to live with, then it's not worth it.